What's going on, guys? Hopefully you're having a good day so far, and welcome to the channel. Another day of fully padded training camps have gone by, and there are a couple of standouts that I do want to talk about. Kind of like last video, this will be a shorter one. I will link the description to the article that I am referencing down below for you guys to check out yourselves too. This one went really in depth. It's with the Palm Beach Post, and it was a really great article. So they left a ton of information about a ton of players. So if you want to get like a fully in-depth analysis of today's fully padded training camps, go ahead and check that out in the description. Let's just talk about a couple of players real quick. So first off, before we get to like the main guys, I want to talk about Preston Williams. Preston Williams had a really nice day in camp. I think in the article it said he had about a half a dozen really difficult catches that he came down with, and those were all over Byron Jones. So Preston Williams coming back, finally healthy, looks solid on the football field, and he's making a lot of really nice catches over a legitimate cornerback, over somebody who is a marquee number one guy. So Preston Williams coming back healthy, kind of, doing his thing like he did in the beginning of last year, and especially in camps last year too. Really good sign. It makes me super happy that he's back. Give Devontae Parker a little bit of a buffer so he's not the only guy catching passes. And then it also gives the quarterback some help too. So the more guys that we can get performing on the field, the better for our quarterbacks, the better for our offense altogether. Another guy that I do want to talk about is Myles Gaskin. He also had a pretty nice day at camp. I think the article mentioned that he is looking quite a bit like Matt Breida almost, just a lot more decisive. They was saying just kind of running with more of, an intention of this is where I want to go. This is what I want to do with this run. So Myles Gaskin coming out and performing better today in camp, definitely promising, because when you look past Matt Breida and Jordan Howard, it is definitely a big question, like who's going to be our next option? Who is going to be the next guy that we, rely on third down scenarios if we're going to run multiple back sets? Who's the person that we're going to be able to get the ball to? A lot of people like Patrick Laird. It's Patrick Laird, and then you got Kalen Ballage, and I don't think anyone was really thinking a ton about Myles Gaskin, but he is something to consider. He's a person who is worth some consideration. So he had a good day in camp. And then moving past those two guys, just a kind of quick, overall analysis of those guys, let's move into like the meat and potatoes of this video. This is going to be Tua versus Rosen. So Fitzpatrick is out. He took some personal time, something going on with him. It was undisclosed, so he's just out for a little while here. I don't know how long that's going to be for, but the QB camps were pretty much just between Tua and Josh Rosen, and you were able to kind of see them head to head, what can you guys do? And they were running 11 on 11s, which is really nice. So you kind of get a full idea of, their command of the offense, how they're doing in the new system with Chan Gailey, and then obviously their physical tools. How are they looking on the football field mechanically? How's their throws looking? All that stuff. So I wasn't able to find exact stats on this article. I was looking around. I know I saw a tweet earlier, but I couldn't find it again. I don't know where it went. But I know that Tua threw no touchdowns and 2 interceptions and 99 yards on the day at camp. Rosen threw a little bit better. He threw just over 100. I think it was like 119 yards, something like that. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. So, man, Rosen continues to perform. It's a really interesting story. It's an interesting narrative. And, this last video that I put out yesterday at work, just a kind of quick video to talk to you guys about it. I've noticed a lot in the comments that a lot of people are rooting for Rosen's success. And I really do like that. It's a good thing to hear from Dolphins fans, that we're not just writing Rosen off as, let's just trade him, let's get rid of him. What is he really going to do? It kind of seems like the overall view on Josh Rosen is, let's give this guy a legitimate shot with a decent football team. Now, Miami, by no means, in my opinion, is going to be a top contender or just like a great football team. They're going to have growing pains. They're going to have struggles. And, there's a lot of new faces on this team. So it's going to take some time for everybody to gel and get used to the new offensive system, and, for the newcomers to get used to the guys who have been there. So it's going to take time for this team to really grow together and be comfortable with playing football together. But in the meantime, what you can do is kind of just assess how these guys, I'm talking about quarterbacks now, how our quarterbacks are looking mechanically, how are their throws coming out. And one thing that I noticed in the article is it was pretty much just saying Rosen has had more zip on his passes. He's had a better arm in terms of how quickly he's getting the ball to his target, where it's going, those kinds of things. So Rosen showed a little bit more on the field today. Tua seemed like he was struggling. And in this article, it also did say Tua seems like he's having a bit of a hard time really kind of getting into Changele's system smoothly. So there might be a little bit of growing pains there. And to me, that's expected. When it's a rookie quarterback, that's not a huge surprise. It's going to be a totally different scheme than you were with in college, barring any different circumstances. Sometimes guys get a pretty similar scheme. But for Tua coming into Miami, it's a different system, definitely different talent level. I think it's becoming relatively clear probably by now to Tua and his fans that he does not have the same kind of offense that he had in Alabama. And this is not to say that Alabama's football team was better than Miami's, but he was dealing with, Jerry Jeudy, Henry Ruggs, a lot of Devontae Smith, a ton of really good options to throw to, very talented guys, and he just doesn't have that in Miami. So he's got Devontae Parker, finally broke out last year, and then, it's a bunch of other guys who really still need to keep growing and proving themselves. So Tua's struggles, not something that floors me or, makes me think, this is a waste of a pick. It's way too early to think that. And, if you guys are kind of in that mindset, oh God, Tua's not showing anything, what are we going to do? Be patient. Just stay as patient as you can, because Tua's got a long way to go. He's in the first year, not even in the regular season yet. Let's give him plenty of time to grow and see where he goes from there. But for now, we can look at Tua in camp against Rosen in camp and kind of determine what do we think is going to be the better option coming into the regular season. So with Rosen and Tua continuing to perform, I don't know if the next camp that we have, it's going to be just them two again and no Fitzpatrick. But honestly, I'm kind of pulling for that because I'm really interested to see how those two match up against each other. We know what Fitzpatrick brings to the table. He's a vet. He's been around for a long time, and we saw exactly what he's going to do for Miami last year. I don't think he's going to show anything in camps that's like, oh, wow, we haven't seen that before from Fitzpatrick. He is who he is. We know what we're going to get. So the more opportunity for Tua and Rosen to stay on the field and do more with the offense, I think the better. So I want to get your guys' thoughts down below. Rosen outperformed Tua today, and he has really been consistently in camps thus far. This is only the first week of camp. So, but through the first week, on the field, Rosen has looked like the best option at quarterback. He's been a little bit more concise. He's been accurate. He's had a good zing on his passes. He seems like he understands the offense. But Rosen also does have his flaws. He's got plenty of flaws. His mental game is a little behind. So he needs to catch up. He needs to, grow. He needs to be a better quarterback. And I think the extra offensive weapons, the system, I think could benefit him long term. So let me know what you guys think down below. Rosen outperforming Tua once again. How do you feel about that? Do you feel a little nervous with Tua? Do you feel really excited about Rosen? Or, what are your thoughts? And go ahead and leave those in the comment section down below. Like I said, I'm linking the description to the Palm Beach Post's article where it tells you all about a ton of guys that were on the team and what we saw in camp today. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to leave your thoughts, comments, all that down below, and like and subscribe if you haven't already. And then I do also have an awesome video that I'm going to edit and, really get looking nice for you guys coming up pretty soon here. So thanks a ton for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoy your day and enjoy your weekend a ton. And I will see you next time for sure. And as always, fins up.